Hi, Virgo Sun and Rising. Welcome to your October 2024 Astro Update. It's Raina here. All right. Okay. Well, on the 2nd of the month, we have a solar eclipse at 10 degrees of Libra. That is falling in your second house of earned income. So you can see opportunities that may develop in terms of making money. This solar eclipse is coupled with a conjunction between it and the transiting south node, which is your karmic past, our karmic past. And so it is important when you possibly see that your financial house is being activated, that you look at your own reactions, responses, and maybe what you feel compelled to do about it, because you may find that like for instance, some people, their first impulse is if something makes the most money, that's what they're going to choose. And they don't even take their own well-being into consideration. They might be, getting this job offer where the work that they're doing is something that is very stressful. It's very dangerous. It's very competitive. So it's not like a harmonious work environment. But they're so attached to money. That's why the Devil card is connected to greed or excessive materialism in the Tarot, because it's really like possessing people, so to speak. So look at that. While you have these opportunities, see how the past could be trying to influence your decisions. But this could be a wonderful opportunity for new financial, or what they call income streams and things like that. On the 9th, Jupiter goes retrograde at 21 degrees of Gemini. For Virgo, this is actually your 10th house of career. Wow, that's kind of interesting that we have the solar eclipse and then the Jupiter retrograde. Actually, I'm sure that there are astrologers that consider solar eclipses, any kind of eclipse, a shakeup in that area of life. I like to look at it as a jolt that is in favor of opportunities. But I suppose that for some people, this could actually be, something that changes your income. And Jupiter retrograding in the 10th house can be maybe you are pursuing some other kind of opportunity that before you were not able to take advantage of. It also can mean going within, as all retrogrades can mean, and it can mean that you are questioning the career choice that you have undertaken. And that's a very legitimate thing. I was just doing Capricorn's report, and this was falling in their 6th house. So it's a very similar kind of thing, because Jupiter can be ethics. It can be your life philosophy. If you're doing something, and I'm going to use an example, not because I'm on some kind of a soapbox, but I feel like this is a good example, because Virgo rules the 6th house of health. So there could be a fair number of Virgo people who are in the healthcare field. And they may, being Virgos, I have the moon in Virgo, by the way, as well as Uranus and Pluto, but those are outer planets. But my moon in Virgo, I really feel influences me. But with you, you might be thinking, you're looking, analyzing as Virgos do, and judging whether or not something is really helpful. If you're working in the healthcare field and you feel like you're not healing the patients, like they're not being healed, and you ask yourself, why? What's going on here? And then and you really feel like, I don't want to participate in this system that's only making matters worse. If you're doing things that you feel are counterproductive, and the same thing could apply to the educational system, which was my background of studies. And if you're like, well, I can't participate in this, just because they're telling me to do it doesn't mean it's right. I don't think this is good for students to be sitting in their desks all day. I don't like this. I don't like this method of doing things. Half-hour lunch, whatever. So yeah, that could be going on for you. But there could be opportunities that arise within this review for the next few months. On the 11th, Pluto goes direct at 29 degrees of Capricorn. This is a fellow Earth sign, and this is in your 5th house of love and creativity. Now, as far as love is concerned, some of you may have had, especially when it first entered. Now, it first entered Pluto in January of 2008. However, because of the differences in charts, it may not have entered at that time for you. Might have been 6 months later, who knows, or longer. But when Pluto did enter your 5th house, there may have been a crisis that occurred where you had to deal with someone who was very controlling, somebody that you were dating. Now, the reason that this happens, I mean, this is what I have read about with Pluto, but I believe this is true for all of the transits. When they enter, that they create this crisis, because that's how you learn what that planet has to show you. Because Pluto is about empowerment. And it's also about the shadow. It's also about obsession, controlling, power, trying to feel powerful by controlling others. That's a dangerous game to play, but it's also something that doesn't work. We can't control others that way. So it might be a situation where you have to learn this the hard way, that and I'm not saying that you are the controlling one necessarily. It could be that you encountered somebody that wanted to control you and you had to step up to the plate, because Virgo people do tend to be a bit meek and mild. And so, and you may even have, if you're a Virgo sun person, you may even have inner planets in Libra, and that can add to it too. So, it also transformed your ideas about relationships. So if you grew up with kind of a distorted view of relationships, that relationships are by their very nature, going to be fraught with power plays and things like that, then you have to find out that that is the distorted version of it, and that is not how it has to be. So stand in your power. This is also great for artists. Artists who had this transit may have really had to plumb the depths of their soul to, bring out what was within themselves. Maybe they were kind of living on the surface and they really had to go deep, dive deep. This is actually, and it becomes very powerful, the art that you create. Pluto will go back into Aquarius on November 19th. So that will be your 6th house. But while it's here, enjoy what you have gained from this transit, this once-in-a-lifetime transit. On the 13th, Mercury goes into Scorpio, which is your 3rd house, and it's the house that's Mercury rules. It rules the 7th too, but I mean the 6th, but in Gemini, it's the 3rd house. So this can, but in Scorpio, my God, it's like, talk about the detective, the somebody who's just analyzing so deeply. It's so much like that. So expect to, and you're ruled by Mercury. This is your ruler, Virgo. So expect to be, um, very, very, maybe you're teaching, or maybe you're embarking upon some kind of course of studies with this transit. You might be writing something. This is the house of social media, so you might create a blog, or I don't know, something. On the 17th, Venus goes into Sagittarius. So Sagittarius for you is your fourth house of home and family. This can be beautifying your home in some way. Maybe you're spending money on it for some reason. Maybe you're receiving money for the sale of a home, or money from your mother. On the same day, there's a full moon at 24 degrees of Aries. So Aries for you is the 8th house. So the 8th house, the full moon here is a time of great purging. This is Scorpio's house. This is that shadow work, that psychological depth, the purging. Did I use that word before? Yeah, but it's really about, it could be secrets coming out in some way. But you may even have some kind of spiritual understanding that connects with your personal transformation, because this is the house of transformation. On the 22nd, the sun goes into Scorpio, so more activity in that house of communication. Yeah, I mean, I think some of you might get some kind of teaching job if you've been looking, or, the new moon will be in this sector on November 1st. So anyway, that's what I have for you, Virgo. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double readings. I do have a couple of double readings, but the one in particular, especially if you've never had your chart analyzed, is my deep dive package deal, which is an hour of natal chart analysis from a moon and Virgo person, no less, and an hour of transits for the rest of 2024 and all of 2025 for a special price. I do offer those readings separately. I also offer love readings, career readings. You can find out more information at the link below. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.